how the fuck does Bella do it? How does she record all those harmonies, all those vocals? How does all of it happen? Well, today is your lucky day. Roll the intro. Hi, my name is Bella and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be doing a very special video. One of my most popular videos on the channel is my Little Freak Harry Styles cover, which I posted about 2 years ago. Then recently I was like, I feel like I can do it better. So I redid the cover, posted that, and then also made what I call a just vocals version, where I basically make it a cappella. Bella in my case, basically with only my vocals. And a lot of you guys wanted to know how the fuck I do that in like practicality. So I asked on the community tab whether you guys would want an in-depth video going through the harmonies, all the individual vocals, and telling you about them and why they're there. So this is that video. If you're interested in more of these just vocals songs, I have an entire playlist called Just the Vocals. I will try to link it up here so you can go watch those after this video and enjoy all the harmonies. And as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 5,000 subscribers. And let's say comment a pink heart below if you enjoy the vocals that you're about to see. So this is the project. As you can see, there's a lot of shit happening at the end. We'll get into that. Then I have mostly, let's be for real, 23 tracks, if you don't count the ending. If you want to hear all the vocals together, you can go check out the Just the Vocals cover, and I will also link it below if you want to check it out after this. As you'll see when we go through it, I wanted to pay homage to the original, so in certain sections, specifically the chorus, you will see that it's very much similar, especially with the vocal harmonies. I tried to replicate the originals, but then there's other times where it's not at all based on the original and I just wanted to add some more pizzazz and things and vocal runs that felt right at the time. So that's my little disclaimer, and with that, let's get into it. As you can see, this is the main vocal. You may be like, Bella, why is it chopped up? Well, I wanted to cut out a lot of the silences because sometimes in the silences you'll hear me go or and also in between certain words you'd hear a mouth clicking sound and they don't add anything except for distractions to the song, so I decided to remove them. It's mostly based on the live vocal. There are certain places where I went in, not that many actually, that I went in and I fixed things. I remembered this part here. That was really bad live, so I patched that. Then there was some other small places where I patched it. I can also show you how it sounds like just as a raw vocal. So again, this is the chorus. Ooh, I was thinking about you. Then I have this Nectar plugin, which is just so nice because it has a vocal assistant. So it analyzes the vocal and then it adds the appropriate effects. So like EQ, reverb, compression, all of that. And then I have some like sends, which are like reverb, delays, fresh air, reverb, another reverb. And then it ends up like this. Ooh, I was thinking about you. As you can tell, it's pretty similar to the original. It's just like been oomphed by some of the effects. Let's move on to the verses. These are the verses. I call them the chord choirs. I don't always do these. If I'm not doing a just vocals version of the cover, I don't tend to do these, mostly because the piano will be there, so I don't really feel like I need it. But for the just vocals covers, if I didn't have these, it would just be the main vocal. So I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a chord somewhere. So these are just the chords in vocal form. And I recorded each of these separately, but since the song repeats chord-wise very much in the verses, I only had to record 4 takes, then I could copy paste them all over. You'll hear those here. And if you want to hear some of them by themselves.
Wet dream just dangling, but your gift is wasted on me.
So as you can see, they just add some more, otherwise it would just be the main vocal and that's just kind of boring. So I feel like I had to have it. Now let's move on to what I call the lyrical harmonies. Those are basically these guys here. I feel like it's just more interesting if it builds up throughout the song. I do a little bit in the first verse, then I go all out in the second verse.
Somehow you've become some paranoia. Maybe we'll do this again.
If you want to hear it with the main vocal, it sounds like this.
Maybe we'll do this again.
So they're like in the back, but you can still hear them, like.
Tracksuit and a ponytail. You hide the body, all that yoga gave you. Red wine and a ginger ale. But you would make fun of me for sure.
Oh, so nice. I like this one specifically. The "you would make fun of me for sure."
You would make fun of me for sure.
I just like how it like ends. By the way, these are auto-tuned. The main vocal is not auto-tuned. It's a little bit pitch corrected, but the lyric harmonies, they all have auto-tune on it. Mostly because there's so many harmonies in this song, and if they're all a little bit off, it just sounds weird. And specifically because they're harmonies, they're not in the front and they're not the focus. They're mostly as like a backing, as a fun sonical thing. So I feel like if they're off, then the whole thing sounds off. So that's why I auto-tune them, but they're not very auto-tuned, as you can see here. They're the minimum retune speed and the maximum humanize, so they're really just there a little bit, not that much. This is without.
You would make fun of me for sure.
And this is with.
You would make fun of me for sure.
Like, there's not that much difference. I just like to have it there as a to keep things tight. Sometimes I do more of these, sometimes I do less. It really depends on the song. For example, for the section "You Would Make Fun of Me for Sure," I'd also do a lower harmony, so I'd have 2 tracks. But for this one, I just had 1 because I felt like that's all I needed. Now let's move on to the chorus harmonies, which are these guys. I remember hating them so much 2 years ago when I was recording them the first time. These are the originals from 2 years ago, by the way. I remember hating recording them, but I feel like I've gotten so much better since then, which is, you know, very nice to see that you've grown and all of that. But I remember these being so fucking annoying to record. Not more annoying than my boyfriend's cover, but these were up there. These were really difficult, mostly because I wasn't that experienced in harmonies, and these are very prevalent in the original song, so I was like, they need to be here. I feel like it turned out pretty well.
I was thinking about who you are, your delicate point of view. I was thinking about you.
So nice. Let's do "Worried About Where You Are."
Worried about where you are.
Let's say we have the high vocal here.
Worried about where you are, who you go home to.
And then the lower is very low.
Worried about where you are, who you go home to.
I remember them being so hard to record as well. I bet that this is auto-tuned for the low vocal. Home is definitely auto-tuned to a specific note, because I bet you I didn't reach it. It had to be done, otherwise the harmony wouldn't harmonize. Anyways, they're basically just copy-pasted for the other 2 choruses as well, because efficiency. I don't know if they're exactly the ones from the original, but they're close enough, and I feel like they give off the same vibe. Now let's do the chorus stack. This is the one down here. It's a 4-stack harmony, but I recorded 2 of each melody to kind of get it more full. Compared to just doing a classic harmony stack, this one has lyrics as well, just specific words to kind of highlight the main vocal. This is what they sound like on their own. We can totally isolate them as well, so the other one's back. I love them so much. Ah, they're so beautiful. By the way, in the just vocals version, I'd merged them all together into one audio file. Otherwise, they just took up so much space. I really love how they turned out. And they just give so much to the chorus. Ah, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. Now most lastly, let's go to the ad-libs. There's surprisingly few in this cover. Often I have way more, but I feel like for this song it just didn't need it. Usually I'd have like 10, 20 different ad-lib tracks, but for this one it was pretty tame. We have 3. Wow. Again, it depends on the song. I usually improvise these. I play and then I just press record and I improvise, and sometimes something good comes up and I keep it. For example, the siren is this one. It's made up of 3 different sections, as you can see, because I didn't know what to do. So these were improvised. As you can see here, I have them in all the choruses, but first chorus it's like barely there. You can only hear it if you really listen. Then in the second it's a little bit higher in volume, and then the third is like really there. I feel like a lot of these siren-y sounds, these long vowels, they just glue everything together in a really nice way. I don't know if this makes sense, but the siren just creates a really nice vibe. Then let's move on to the oohs that I only have in the second and the third chorus. In the second chorus it's kind of low in volume, and then in the third it's pretty high in volume. It just came to me when I was listening to it. I was like, we need something here, and then I recorded it. So let me show you how it sounds like.
Thinking about you, I'm not.
Like, it's just there, and it just adds a little bit of like ear candy, something for your ear to go, oh my god, what's that? If you listen to the cover multiple times, you'll start noticing all these small things in the back that no one really thinks about, that I for some reason decided to put in. And I feel like that's why this video is so interesting, because you get to see all the small things that you maybe don't really notice otherwise. Then let's do the chorus ad-libs, or the call-outs. And these are just so dramatic for no reason. I mean, for good reason. I love doing them, and they're, again, improvised, and they're just, I don't know, they just add so much drama to the song and just emotion. And again, they're 2 separate takes, and I don't have them in the first chorus, but I have them in the second chorus, a little bit lower volume, and then third chorus, higher volume. Here's what they sound like. Like, they're so dramatic, and there's no reason for them to be there. They're not in the original, but they felt so good to have. How do I play them? Let's do this.
Worried about where you are, thinking about.
Like, they're just there. I really love doing them, so that's why they're there. Of course, they're like fully reverbed and sound very distant. It's like, screaming into the void. It just fits the vibe of the song, and enhances, I feel like, the vibe of the song as well. Next, let's move on to the grande finale that I have no fucking idea why I decided to do this. I thought it would be good. Then I realized now, looking back, this was not worth it to do. Specifically because I know that only like 15%, 20% make it to the end of YouTube videos. I spent so long on this, my computer almost crashed. It was barely hanging on. I was like, ah. So that's why in the just vocals version, I, again, merged them down into this thing. This is what it sounds like. Did I spend too much time on this? Yes. So let me talk about it for a second to make it somewhat worth it. I wanted it to start, like, build up a harmony stack. So for the first there was only like 2 vocals, and then 2 more got added for the next bit, and then 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. And that's how we ended up with a shit ton of tracks. Let me show you one of them isolated, because why not? Let's do you. I think this is the lowest. What the fuck is this? That was not what I expected. Okay, let's go to another one. Number 6. What are you? As you can see, it's just very weird. Where's the deep one? Oh, yeah. Okay, enough of that. You can see there's a lot of tracks here. If you have it with the main vocal, then it sounds like something that is worth it. But not really, because it took so fucking long.
Thinking about you.
And I know, what makes it worse is that, like, this is not even, like, this vocal run is not even part of the original song. There was no need, no expectation of me doing it. I just thought, fuck it, why not? And, it was really not worth it. But here I am talking about it for 5 minutes, so I have made projects with way more. I'm thinking, like, off the top of my head, Bigger Than Me, Angels Fly. Those were really intense. Silver Tongues, I also feel like. There's the guitar in the song, and I remember I recreated it with my vocal. Maybe I should go into that next. Anyways, that's all I had for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. I hope you gained a new appreciation for my videos, for all of the work that I put in for free, because I don't qualify for monetization yet. So if you enjoyed this, and if you think I should be monetized for all the work that I do, like, comment, subscribe. It truly means the world, and it helps the algorithm, and the more people see my videos, the sooner I get to be monetized. And with that optimistic ending, have a nice day, have a nice week, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!